Hey mamas, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Christina, and today I am doing the most impromptu video I've maybe ever done. I am sitting here, it is 7:40 at night, I am doing my nails, and I was editing my last YouTube video, which was a day in the life. You may have seen that the other day, and I was just thinking about how we can have amazing days and then things can hit the fan. And so I was reflecting on this past week, which is something I really like to do. I reflect on how it went, what went well, what did not go well, what really tired me out, what changes maybe need to be made to our days. And I thought about how wonderful Monday was. It really was as perfect of a day as it could be. And it just so happened I was filming a day in the life, and I feel like, wow, I really captured a beautiful day, but every day does not run this smoothly. Every day does not go this way. It is not this peaceful. Many of our days are, and every day looks different, but this day was a really beautiful day that I captured, and it was real. It wasn't curated. I didn't get dressed or do makeup or do my hair. My nails weren't done. My house was not pre-cleaned. It never is. If you've ever seen any of my rare day in the lives, if I'm going to do them, then I need to keep it real, or I don't want to do them. So that was Monday. Well, Tuesday was a fairly decent day. There was nothing wrong with Tuesday until my children were at the family rec center where they go all the time, and I get a call. So I had just dropped off my 5-year-old who had wanted to stay with me, so he didn't initially go with everyone else. And I pull into my driveway because 10 minutes after they left, he wanted to go, and I said, that's fine, I'll drop you off. It's really close, so it was not a big deal. So I drop him off, and I pull into my driveway, and I see them calling me. I see my grandmother's number because that's who was staying with them at the rec center. My oldest is 16. He works there and all of that. But there needs to be an adult there. So she was the adult in charge so that I could get some things done here, cook dinner. I was just going to go inside and cook dinner. And then we actually had a worship night at church that we were trying to make. So I was pulling into my driveway, getting ready to run in and do dinner. I was going to bring them home, feed them dinner, and then bring them to the worship night. That was the plan. And I get this call. I pick up the phone, and it's my 12-year-old on my grandmother's phone saying, Mom, Jules hurt her finger. This is my youngest, my 4-year-old. And I was like, okay, is she okay? And he was like, I don't know. I was like, well, what do you mean? I just got home. I'm going to cook dinner. If I have to come back and forth and I can't cook dinner, we're not going to make it to the worship night. And he was completely calm until this point. And then he goes, yeah, Mom, I don't think we're going to the worship night. And he got kind of serious with me. And I was like, does she need to go to urgent care? And he was like, yeah, probably. And I was like, okay, I'm on my way. So I pull out of my driveway, I get to the light, and now there's a phone call from my 16-year-old. Mom, I think you need to come to the center right now. I need you to come to the center right now. And I was like, I am on the way. And he's like, oh, okay. So I get there. My daughter is screaming in the background. The director of the center has the first aid kit out and is bandaging up her finger. He's finishing up as I get there. He looks at me while she's not looking and says, you need to go to urgent care right now. And I was like, okay. And he was really nice. But he's like, she's going to need a couple stitches. And I was like, okay. So I look at my 16-year-old son. I'm like, do you want to come? And he's like, yeah, I'm coming. And I was like, great. So we leave, we go to urgent care. She's crying. She's in pain. We get seen. They unwrap. They say she has a fracture, but then they unwrap the wound, which did not seem like it was actively bleeding, so they weren't that concerned about it. Well, they open it up, and even the doctor was shocked. I was shocked because I had not seen it yet. I mean, this whole pad of her finger was splayed open, almost to the bone. I was in shock, and so was the doctor. And the doctor was like, okay, I am going to need to send you to the pediatric ER. So I was like, oh my gosh. She's like, we could close this here, but you don't want me to. And I was like, okay. So we stop at like the convenience store because we had not eaten dinner because I didn't get a chance to cook dinner. And I knew we were in it for the long haul because like I know what it's like to go to the emergency room. Been there, done that. So I stop, I get us milkshakes, I get us like Cliff bars, Kind bars. I grabbed fruit at the house because all of this was on the way. It only took us an extra maybe like 10 minutes. And I'm so glad we did it because we had snacks and I grabbed her blankie and her favorite stuffed animal and a couple little books. And so I had a bag ready to go. We get there. She ended up needing to go completely under. She was fully sedated and they had to repair her finger. And it was a 12-hour ordeal. We got home at 5 o'clock in the morning and she has this serious wound on her finger. And then I remember that the very next day I had a dentist appointment scheduled for my 8-year-old who needed to get a tooth extracted. And I thought about canceling because I did not want to leave my 4-year-old the day after like having that happen. But we had been waiting for this appointment and she's been having like complaining of a toothache. And so we needed to just get it taken care of. I didn't know how much longer we'd have to wait if we didn't go. So she had a tooth extracted. So yesterday I had 2 recovering girls and the whole week, like everything changed. We had homeschool meetups that we were excited about that we were going to go to. And it just changed the whole week. And it also changed like how I was feeling. Like I was feeling so optimistic and so like just great. Like I was feeling so great about how things were going. And I was like, wow, this is really great. We were taking a break from traveling. We had traveled a ton in February, like pretty much the whole month. And I was like excited to be home, but almost a little worried that we were going to like be bored and feel cooped up after all the adventure. And it was the complete opposite. Things were going beautifully. And then that happened and I was just like, goodness gracious. And so then I was exhausted because I did not sleep much with being in the hospital. I didn't sleep at all in the hospital. And then I slept a few hours in the morning when we got back. And so I say all this to say, social media, YouTube, it can be a highlight reel. And as much as I try to not make it a highlight reel, like Monday was a highlight. It was a wonderful day. Like I am still thanking God for Monday. And I'm still thanking God for this day. Like things could be much worse. And that's what I kept reminding myself. Like this could have been much worse. And so I guess my point is, as you watch that day in the life, I hope that you gain a lot from it. I hope it gives you inspiration and hope for how relaxed and beautiful your days homeschooling can be. That you don't have to recreate school at home. You don't have to be uptight about a schedule, and that children will learn. They will intrinsically be motivated to learn, and you can come alongside and support them in their learning, and you can all experience joy together in this journey. But then also understanding that there are days that are really hard and there are weeks that you'll be really, really tired. And the saving grace this week was my husband and his schedule. Today's Friday. Wednesday, the day we came home from the hospital, was his final shift of a 10-day stretch of 16-hour shifts. And so Monday, I'm thinking like, wow, I'm really doing really well. We're doing really well for him having this stretch. And we really were, and we really did do really well. But it is by the grace of God that yesterday and today were his days off, because he saw how tired I was. And it was almost like my body allowed itself to just be tired and be burnt out, not in a negative way, but like, I am tired. I am emotionally drained. Seeing both of my girls go through something somewhat traumatic in 2 days was a lot. And so he has taken them both days out and done things with them. And, they were here till like noon. We spent the morning together. We had time together as a family. They will be home any minute. We're going to do family time, which is like our time where we read the Bible and we worship and we read books and we pray and we talk. And it is a beautiful treasure time in our family. So we will do that together. But I guess there isn't a final point for this video. I was just reflecting and I was like, I really need to share this with the mom that might see that day and be encouraged by it, but also might see it and say like, gosh, what am I doing wrong? Because my day did not look like that. My days do not look like that. I still believe your days can look like that, but I also need you to know that my days don't always look like that. Some days I am exhausted and some days really unfortunate things happen. And some days the kids are grumpy and they're bickering and they get stir crazy and I lose my patience and things happen. And so I wanted to say that, but then I also wanted to say there were a lot of really productive things I could have done with this time. Like lots of things could have been scrubbed in this house. I could have gotten completely caught up on laundry. Like there is a long list of things I could have done, okay? And I did some of them. I have potatoes cooking in the oven. I did do some laundry. I did do some cleaning and organizing, not much if I'm honest. You know what I chose to do, guys? I chose to color my hair because I had some gray hairs poking through, making me feel old. I decided that I wanted to do my nails and I wanted to just relax a little bit. And I don't feel like I made the wrong choice. So I guess my other point is sometimes it's okay to get a little slice of time and like care for yourself a little bit. Nurture yourself a little bit. Throw in a load of laundry in between. Oh, I also took a nice hot bath. Not in a rush. It wasn't a fast shower. It wasn't a bath with kids knocking on the door. I took a nice hot bath after I colored my hair. And I painted my nails. And I feel refreshed now. I guess that was my point. And so allow yourself to be refreshed when you need it. Know that every day is not going to be glorious, but every day is not going to be hard either. So this too shall pass. I don't know. I hope this was encouraging for someone. This is the most impromptu video. Probably won't even edit it. I'll just put it up there and hope that it blesses one of you. Let me know if you can relate in the comments. I hope to see you soon in one of my next videos over on Instagram, all the things. Until next time, stay rooted.